Today we're going to design a decorative glass block and 6 vases for a wedding sand ceremony. You got to watch this. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to do a fun project. I have a friend who's getting married, and she just dropped off a glass block that is from Michael's, and I was tearing off the label on it, but I wanted to show it to you, so I just wrote it, put it down here. And this runs about $11.99, and then she dropped off 6 of these vases that are also from Michael's, and they are $5.99 regular price. She is getting remarried, and so she would like to be able to do the sand ceremony at her wedding. And instead of using this block like you normally will, with lights in the bottom of it and everything, they want to use this as the top and pour the sand in there. So each member of the family will have a vase filled with different colored sand, and their home is a beachy type of a theme, so they're going to use pink and blue and purple, a regular sand color, and white. So she asked if I could put vinyl on the front of this saying, together we make a family, their names, the wedding date, and then all the kids' names. So today that's what our project's going to be. So I've already been working on the Cricut, just trying to come up with some different ideas for her. And so far, I gave her a bunch of different fonts to choose from, and she's kind of liking this one right here. So I'm going to change things around. I'm going to get it all together like the way she wants it here. And then I'm going to shoot her a picture real quick and see if that's what she likes. And then from there, we'll get our vinyl cut and we'll put it on and we'll see how it looks. These are the 2 mock-ups that I came up with that I sent to her. The first one is the one that she ends up choosing, although I really like the second one as well. What we decided to put on the vases is the font that is actually up in the little mock-up. So here is the design that she has agreed that she really likes. I have measured the inside section here, and we can do a 6 by 6, but I want to do it a tiny bit smaller so that it doesn't overlap the thicker edges here. Then the letters up here are the ones that she's decided she wants on the vases, and those are 2 inches. So because we're on a curved surface here, I want to make sure that they go on really nice and flat. So we're going to get ready to cut these, and we'll get this made. So I'm going to rearrange this, conserving my vinyl. So I'm gonna just make sure everything's where it needs to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and go cut this now. I know this always seems kind of like a funky angle. We're on my Maker 3, my Cricut Maker 3, and we have got our design. I've got it arranged on the vinyl the way that I want it. I have welded to make sure that this all stays the same and any overlapping letters become one piece versus cutting separately. Like where these overlap right here, I want to make sure that it comes out correctly. So I've arranged everything the way that I want it, and I am going to cut. We're using premium permanent vinyl. And we're ready to go. Okay, looks like we're done cutting. First thing I'm going to do is cut the letters off of the actual phrase so that we've got those separate. So I'm going to get my transfer tape out, and I already know I need a piece that is at least this size. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that now. So let's do the letters first. I'm going to grab There we go. And very carefully pull. And there's the K for Caitlin. When you first get your transfer tape off of your roll, sometimes a little tough to get off of here. You kind of scrape in the corner a little bit. There we go. All right, it's gonna be way sticky, and you don't want it too sticky because then it's gonna have a hard time releasing. So I always press it on my jeans or something a couple of times, and then I apply it. Gonna make sure I've got it on there nicely. And the other thing I want to do is mark exactly where I want these at. So before we go jumping too far ahead, I think this is about where I want them. Oh, look at that, we're at 5 inches. So I'm gonna clean all these real quick, and I'm gonna use alcohol and a microfiber cloth, and then I'll remark that real quick. So I'm just gonna spray it on and just wash it real quick. So this is all you gotta do. Want to get any oils or residues off, because the last thing you want is for your vinyl not to stick. Now the vinyl that we're using is permanent. I wouldn't wash it for a minimum of 72 hours. Now we're gonna mark this again at 5 inches. And I'll be a little bit more careful with my mark. Okay. And I've got a little holder. Made this a long time ago. Now I'll see. Yeah, okay, now it released. So, I'm gonna take those marks, line it up, press it down really well. And pull that off. So there we go. Here's our first one. I'm going to set my transfer tape aside. I'm going to take my little marks off. So let's go ahead and do the rest of them. I'll walk you through this one more time here. And this time we're going to do the B. Carefully peel this back. There we go. And I'm going to apply my transfer tape. I'm going to mark my cup. Now we're going to weed out our phrase. First thing I want to do is get rid of any extra vinyl. Just be careful not to cut anything that will make you have to recut. This could be a bit of a challenge, so. The other thing I like to do is keep my scissors handy so that I can cut off excess pieces as I go. That way nothing falls in on itself. And this is a pretty fine font. I keep my pieces sitting next to me over here on the side because as you're going, you may realize there was something that you missed. And it'll be in here versus already in the garbage all wadded up. So now I'm gonna go in and pick out all my extras. All right, this turned out really nice. Didn't have any trouble with any of the letters. I double checked to make sure I didn't lose any letters. A lot of times what you have to worry about is dotting I's. Now I'm gonna get my transfer tape out and I'm going to put it on my pants. Get some of that sticky off of it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna mark the center. So I can easily find where my center is. Okay. Pretty much there and there. I'm gonna recheck it. And I'm just folding it in on itself. Okay. Now I'm gonna find my center, making sure this is at the top. Okay. So now I have my center, and I have my center on there. I don't know who came up with the idea to use the glass block for the sand ceremony, but ingenious. So the cool thing is the bow can come off, the top can come off, and then when they're finished, they can just use that as decoration if they like, or put a different kind of bow on, or wrap it in ribbon, whatever they want to do. And then here is, I just grabbed 2 of the vases. So 1 for each member of the family. I'm gonna put up the paper in case that might help. There we go. I think it's a great idea for a wedding and something that can be easily done, very inexpensive, and I think it is a nice lasting memory. friend loves it. Zip tie it, pull your loop up.